Well, breath is our life force. In some cultures, it's given names like prana or chi, which really means life force. And how we breathe has a big impact on our emotional status and vice versa. So one way in which we can use breath is for awareness. So just becoming aware of your breath is a form of meditation. So that's how a lot of people meditate, is they just focus on their breath without trying to move the breath, without trying to increase your inhales or your exhales, but rather just watching your breath and becoming aware of it. And then there's breath work that involves actually manipulating the breath for a certain effect, usually relaxation or energizing. But I think a lot of cultures and even religious practices have some form of breath work. I mean, even just chanting, for example, is a form of breath work, and singing is also a form of breath work. So, that would be in a lot of different cultures. So yoga is pretty much about breath. It's linking breath and movement. And without breath, you're not really doing yoga. So the breath assists the postures, and it also assists the process of relaxation, getting into your parasympathetic nervous system, and also serves as a form of meditation during your practice. The way we breathe every day tends to be very shallow, and for a lot of people tends to be through the mouth, whereas it's actually a lot more effective to breathe through your nose. So in yoga, most of the breath work is actually through the nose, although there are some instances in where we use the mouth. And I think one of the main aspects of breath work is what muscles are you using? So you want your diaphragm, which is the muscle that contracts the lungs and then opens them, to be nice and relaxed, not a lot of tension, so that it can move really nicely. Some people like to expand their breath through their belly or expand the breath through the rib cage, and this helps to open the lungs and also to relax the stomach when we breathe. So there's different techniques that one can use. Obviously in your day-to-day life, you're not trying to focus on taking deeper breaths, but maybe if you become more aware of your breath, you can see what your natural flow is, and you can slowly increase your lung capacity so that you just breathe better. What we're trying to do with anxiety and stress is get out of our sympathetic, which is our fight or flight nervous system, into parasympathetic, which is also sometimes called rest and digest. So the easiest way to do that with breath is to extend the exhales. So you would breathe in, and you would either sigh the air out really nice and forcefully, or you would breathe in, say, for 4 counts, hold, and then breathe out slowly for, say, 6 counts. So this kind of breathing relaxes us in quite a good way, and it's mostly about extending the exhales and or sighing. People could book appointments with me and we could focus on that kind of stuff. There are resources on the internet as well. I would go with maybe yoga resources to start, but otherwise really just taking a simple concept like extending your exhales for relaxation and really just practicing that. Because at the end of the day, no one can really teach you how to breathe exactly, but the techniques definitely you'll need some resources.